Hello, people. Yes, it's me again after a long time. I think the last video I sent was when I was in Cyprus, if I not mistaken. I can't remember really because it's a long time ago. I haven't been. So many things happening in the planet that is making us a little wondering about everything. So as you know me, I am always doing something, and now I'm working here on a piece of art that I'm making. It's a canvas, but I'm gonna do some 3D canvas with natural branches, yeah. And it's gonna be fitting in here after I finish the job. So yeah, I'm doing things to keep my brain busy. Now I'm gonna go to to create with branches a little house here. So I trying to find the right branch to do it, because thanks God I have loads of from the garden. So to cut the little pieces, I separated some here, but apparently they are too big. Yeah, they are too thick still. They have to be more tiny ones, so I have to find more tiny ones to do it. A lot of it's all from my my front garden, my back garden. I have some tiny ones here also, can you see? So that's the ones I'm gonna be using. I separated some, but they are too thick for the small. It's a little house that I'm gonna build in there. Like in the old days that this generation doesn't know nothing about. That's why they keep doing stupid things, because they don't know how hard it was for everyone 1,000 years ago. um, I am going through now one of my crises with my allergy. Unfortunately, I did have the four um, four vaccinations for this COVID, and it did make this allergy that I have got worse. Now, between every month, I am having a crisis on it. Even having taken medicine for allergy, even then I still suffering. So if you see me going tears everywhere, it's because of this. And doing this with this smell make it worse. But I'm not gonna stop working and doing my job and doing my arts and keep living, because this is, yeah, giving me this hard time. Since the last vaccine, it until the third one, I didn't felt very much the consequences of the vaccination, but the fourth dose was the worst one. And this one made me, I had this last year, at the end of last year, and since then has been a nightmare about this. My night has been very complicated, very difficult, because in the night is worse than during the day. I don't know why, but it is. So yeah, it has been. I have been praying, praying, but it's my mistake. I did it to myself. I shouldn't have had the last one, but anyway, now it's too late to cry about it, is it? So now I have to have my tea. I think I'm gonna say the truth to you. If it was not for this hot water that I take every day, every single day, and this tea is made now, this one is the ginger, turmeric, gloves, and cinnamon. That's all in this water. And I do take this water every single day, all day long. Even then, I have this. And I do have medicine. I do have vitamins like zinc and vitamin D and all these vitamins that is supposed for us to have. I'm having them. Even then, I still suffer. You can imagine if I haven't taken this tea from the last from when they started the COVID. I started to drink this one. I never stopped for about 4 years I'm taking it. If it was not for this, I have been dead for sure. So little sips like this all day long, so my throat can be moisturized and don't give me so much trouble. So as I'm working here, I'm gonna put this by my side. I am in a different environment today. This is one of my garden places. It's behind the house. My kitchen is behind here. So I have lots of plants around here, and there is more up. I have to put more in because it's getting too cold outside. It's from one day to another. It's amazing how it gets so cold so quick. So about two days ago, we were having about 18, 19, and today's 11. So from one day to another, it drops a lot. Yeah. So yeah, it's and we in the planet are facing this new challenge. Oh dear, it's like we don't have enough, do we? You have to have more disgraceful things. I'm trying because I have a box here full of sticks, so I'm gonna trying to find more thinner ones. I think the best is to do like this. So yes, you are going through a very complicated time right now, and I want to talk about it. Sometimes I'm trying to understand what is going on, or what's the reason for things that happens in the planet. Sometimes I don't even little things like this can help. It's amazing, isn't it? Little pieces. For example, why there is so much hatred against some some races. I want to say that some races. And I was talking to someone another day, and that person said, "Yeah, Miriam, but they're trying to blame someone else for something, okay?" And I said to that person, "Do you know the history of these two people?" Do you know where they come from? And some people doesn't know anything about it. And they try to talk about something that they don't know at all. They don't know the history behind it, the energy that is driving these two people to fight each other. It's like the case of Ukraine and Russia also. People talking about this without knowledge of the situation, without knowing how it was 1,000 years before. Because as I have keeping saying in my messages here in this channel is nothing occurs suddenly. Nothing. Everything has a history behind. It's accumulation of situations, accumulation of circumstances that is building up, building up, building up. In the case of Ukraine and Russia, Ukraine was there as a free country, free, you know, you know what I mean, free. About 2,000 years ago. Russia was divided in clans, and also Ukraine was divided in clans, but Ukraine were more united than Russia. Russia was more divided. You know, there were thousands of kings around Russia and a couple of in Ukraine. And Ukraine was part of Romania for long time before Russia took Ukraine. So if someone had the right to have Ukraine, it was not Russia, it was Romania. So people talk about things that they don't know the history behind it. Now you are having the problem in Israel. And people doesn't know the history behind it, you know? And they talk about something that they don't know because they don't study, they don't go further in the history of both people. Who is the father of these two races? The same man. The same man. Abraham. The both races came from Abraham. Abraham had 3 different women that gave him children. They had Sarai, that was the first wife. It was his half sister. Sarai was half sister of Abraham. And Sarai gave him Isaac. And he had another child before Isaac with the Egyptian girl. And it was Ishmael. And after Sarai died, he had another woman called Keturah, and gave him another 6 or 7 children. And all these children, about 8, gave these nations that we have got around the planet today. So, hello. So, what you have got today is a fight between brothers, cousins. Each of them wants to be the head of the clan. But there is a problem there, a big one, because by the tradition and from the mouths of Isaac and Jacob, by the Isaac especially, the head of the clan was given to Jacob. Jacob, or Israel, that he had his name changed after, by himself and by being that they called angel, that gave him the name Israel instead of Jacob. That make the nation today, that Israel today. Jacob had 12 kids, 12 boys, one girl. The girl didn't marry. Actually, she was married, but it's a long story behind it. And from these 12, you had the Jewish. Today, they call 12 tribes. Today, you have just one tribe, actually, that we know about it. And the second one, that is Judah, that is Judea, that's called Judah, and the tribe of Levi, the Levites. Levi, and Judah was the two that was from the old them. The other ones was left. The other ones mixed with the cousins and the brothers, the other brothers. So they are fighting each other. They are brothers fighting brothers for the head of the clan, to be the head of the clan. But this head of the clan was given to Jacob by his father, Isaac. So what they do today is this. That's they fight for the position of being the head of the nation, these 8 kids of Abraham. Each of them wants to be the head, but the head was given by tradition from the father to the tribe of Israel. So it's a spiritual fight. It's not just the because one want to be above another one. Is a spiritual fight. And what amazes me is why, from the beginning of the time, from the beginning of Israel, of Jacob, they were trying to kill this. The brothers were trying to kill him and to kill his descendants. From that time, from Egypt. Actually, before Egypt. They first tried to kill Jacob's kids. It was from his own brother, Isau. Because Esau never forgave Jacob for Jacob to steal his right of being the head. There is a story behind it. But both of them were firstborn. The only difference is because Esau came out of the womb first than Israel, than Jacob. Jacob was grabbing his leg. They were fighting from inside the womb to come out first, because both of them wants to be the head. This is another type of tea. So you see, the fight is comes very far away. Ismael and Isaac never had a problem. The they were living in peace, each of them in their domain, both of them very successful. But when it comes to Jacob and Esau, what's this problem? Esau wants the place of Jacob, and Jacob wants the place of Esau. And then these 12 tribes, the another 10 tribes of Israel mixed with the brothers, with the sons of Esau. But the problem with the sons of Esau is because Esau he didn't separate himself from the people around him. He married all the girls and he had many wives. So he had loads of kids. So he never separated himself from the others, and so he had kids from every other tribes around there. So when Esau was a little older now, and Jacob also, the sons of Esau decided, that was the bigger one, after what's happened to Jacob in Padaram. So Isaac and Rebecca was already dead. And the sons of Esau decided that they want to kill Jacob and his cousins. And they came to Hebron, about 300 men, to kill Jacob and the brothers and the cousins. And one of Jacob, they circulate the Hebron, because in Hebron Abraham had created a village. It was all with fences around, etc. So it was a very nice place to live, and Jacob was there with his kids, living in the same place, because that's what the agreement between them. When Isaac died, Jacob came to Esau. He said, "Oh, Esau, what you have now, the land in front of you, and you have all the treasure that our parents left to us. So what do you want? If you want the land, I will go from the land to other places, and I will establish myself in another place, and you will stay in the land, and I will take all the treasure. If you want the treasure that included all the things that the Abraham had created, and also the animals, the cattle, everything, all the treasure, everything. Jacob just was left with the land that was Hebron, this city, this, this 40 seat. It's like a 40. It was very, very well done, because Abraham was very, very, he had the engineer brain. He was a fantastic man, Abraham. So Esau decided that he wants the treasure. He wants the gold, he wants the silver, he wants the serfs, the slaves. He wants the cattle, he wants the sheep, everything. So Esau took everything with him, and Jacob was just left with the land. So Jacob said, fair, go on. And they separated. That was the agreement between them. But then, after, the kids of Esau decided, no, I want the land also. I didn't want just the treasure, I want everything. They want everything. They said that we have the right to have everything. So they decided to come with 300 people and, came against their own brother. And Jacob then asked them, try to talk to Esau and say, Esau, you had an argument. Remember what our mother, before she died, she asked us not to fight each other. And we promised to her that we didn't fight each other. And then when you divided the heritage, we choose your heritage and you went with your heritage. What you are coming now? And then Esau said to him, no, I want everything. I want Hebron also. And I want to kill you. But then the fight was big. A lot of people died, included Esau. One of the kids of Jacob killed him and beheaded him also. And then they lost, Esau lost the battle, lost his life. And this never stopped until today. And that's the history behind the fight between these two brothers. We start about 4,000 years ago. And what amazes me is even they saying they want to kill every Israeli or Jewish around the planet. They'll never manage that. Do you know why? Because they were spread all over, even here in my house. All of my kids and all of my grandchildren have Abraham DNA. How can they gonna do it? They don't know. Even my children's here, they have Jewish blood. And this has been going on remember when they were in the desert, in the Egypt, what they did with the kids? They killed every single boy, male that was born. Moses escaped because his mother hid him. And then he was thrown in the river, and then you know the story. And this have been happening since then. Since then. How many times Jerusalem was destroyed and rebuilt it, and destroyed and rebuilt it, and destroyed and rebuilt it. For how long? For how long? I called Jerusalem a survivor city. Every time I'm there, it's like visiting someone that is dear to my heart. She's a survivor like I am. And I treasure that city. Oh, I do. I treasure that city. To have the privilege to be there. Every time I wish is amazing. Now, because it was not like that before, is it? see ya, you go. That is the history behind it. The Canaanite, the Philippines, Babylon, Romans, Greeks. Yeah. Who wants that little piece of earth? And now you are having the Palestine. It's the history of Jewish people. Always fighting for the land for 4,000 years. And the only thing I can say is they are not going to destroy it because the DNA is spread all over the planet. And God bless the earth. God bless the Jewish people. God bless the Palestine people because they are all children of same Father. God bless us and God bless you. I'm going to continue my job here. I'm cutting these little pieces to do my little house. And until next video, I have a ticket to Israel in about 18 days. If I manage to get there, the next video will be there. I was planning to go there this year, from the beginning of the year. So I hope I can manage that, because depends much so on the aviation company, yeah, the traveling company that I'm gonna travel with. I always go by myself, and this is not gonna be different. I'm gonna go to work and pray by myself. So if the airplane company decided to not to fly there, so I'm not gonna be able to go. But if they do, I will be there. And yesterday I was trying to I was just make an experiment, because I have to buy travel insurance to go, and they are not doing travel insurance to Israel right now, so I'm gonna wait until 21, 22 of now, October, and see if I manage that later. Okay, God bless you and keep you safe, and me also. Bye bye.